Once upon a time, in a big, sunny orchard, nestled high up on a leafy branch, lived a little mango named Manny. Now, Manny wasn't like the other mangoes. While his brothers and sisters were content to just hang there, soaking up the sun and dreaming of becoming sweet, juicy fruit, Manny had a different dream. He wanted to see the world. He'd watch the colorful birds fly from tree to tree, listen to the chattering of squirrels as they raced up and down the trunks, and wonder what lay beyond the familiar green leaves of his home. The world must be so big and exciting. He'd say to his best friend, a wise old leaf named Leo. Leo would rustle gently in the breeze. "It is, little one," he'd whisper. "But it can also be a scary place for a small mango. The ground is far, and there are many unknowns." The other mangoes would laugh. "Silly Manny," they'd chime. "A mango's place is on the tree, waiting for the harvest. That's our purpose." But Manny couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to life. One day, a huge storm rolled in. The wind howled and the rain poured down. The whole tree shook violently. Mangoes were crying. Leaves were clinging on for dear life. Manny was scared, but he was also determined. He held onto his stem with all his might. When the storm finally passed and the sun peeked out again, Manny looked around. The orchard was a mess, branches were broken, and many of his friends had fallen to the ground below. He saw Leo, the wise old leaf, torn and tattered, lying on a lower branch. "Leo, are you okay?" Manny called out. Leo rustled weakly. "I've seen my last storm, little friend." "But you ... you are strong. You held on. Remember your dream, Manny. Don't let fear hold you back." With one final flutter, Leo was carried away by a gentle breeze, dancing and twirling until he was out of sight. Manny felt a tear, a tiny drop of sap, well up. Leo's words echoed in his heart. He knew what he had to do. He wasn't going to just wait anymore. He was going to live. Over the next few days, Manny focused. He soaked up every ray of sunshine, drank every drop of morning dew. He grew bigger, stronger, his skin turning from a light green to a beautiful, blushing yellow with hints of red. He was becoming the finest mango on the branch. One sunny afternoon, a family came to the orchard for a picnic. A little girl with bright, curious eyes spotted Manny high up in the tree. "Look, Daddy, that one is perfect. It's shining like a little sun." Her father smiled and got a long fruit-picking pole. He carefully reached up towards Manny's branch. This was it, the moment of truth. Manny's heart, or his seed, thumped with a mix of fear and excitement. The other mangoes gasped, "He's being picked." His journey is beginning. With a gentle twist and a soft asterisk snap asterisk, Manny was free. He was carefully lowered down, not falling, but flying gently into the little girl's waiting hands. She held him carefully, her hands warm against his cool skin. "You're the most beautiful mango in the world," she whispered. Manny had never felt so proud. He was placed gently into a picnic basket, nestled amongst sandwiches and a checkered blanket. The basket was lifted, and Manny's grand adventure began. Peeking through a gap in the wicker, he saw the world rush by. He saw rolling green hills, fluffy white clouds sailing across an endless blue sky, and a sparkling river that snaked through the valley. It was more wonderful than he had ever imagined. The orchard, his entire world until now, quickly became a small green patch in the distance. They arrived at a beautiful park by the river. The family spread out their blanket, and Manny was placed right in the center. He saw children laughing and playing, dogs chasing frisbees, and a colorful kite dancing in the wind. This was the world he had longed to see. The little girl's father took out a small knife. For a moment, Manny felt a flash of panic. But then he remembered Leo's words and his own dream. This wasn't the end. It was just a new part of his journey. His purpose wasn't just to be seen, but to be shared, to bring joy. The father skillfully sliced Manny, revealing his vibrant, golden flesh. The sweet, tropical aroma filled the air. "Oh, it smells delicious," the little girl exclaimed. She took a bite, and her eyes lit up. "It's the sweetest mango I've ever tasted," she said with a full mouth. The whole family shared Manny, each bite met with smiles and sounds of delight. Manny had never felt such happiness. He was fulfilling his destiny, not by just hanging on a tree, but by bringing joy to others. When they were done, only his large, flat seed was left. The little girl held it in her palm. "Can we plant it, Daddy? So we can grow another brave mango tree." Her father smiled. "That's a wonderful idea." They found a perfect spot near the riverbank, where the soil was rich and the sun was warm. They dug a small hole, and the little girl gently placed Manny's seed inside. She covered it with earth and gave it a little pat. And so Manny's adventure took on a new form. Buried snugly in the warm, dark earth, he wasn't scared. He was dreaming. He dreamed of the sun and the rain, of pushing his way up through the soil, of growing tall and strong. He dreamed of sprouting leaves that would whisper in the wind just like Leo, and one day, growing his own brave little mangoes who would dream of their own adventures. The little mango who just wanted to see the world had done so much more. He had brought joy, inspired a new beginning, and his story, his bravery, would now grow into a brand new tree, ready to share its own fruit and its own adventures with the world. And that's the story of Manny, the brave little mango. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure. See you next time!